Hello everyone and welcome back to my Minecraft pixel art tutorial for Itachi Uchiha. Now before I get back to the tutorial, I want to mention that I have started a Minecraft Let's Play series for the Xbox 360 with some cool people. The first episode will be uploaded tomorrow. The series won't be uploaded to my channel. It'll be uploaded to my brother's channel. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. I'll be holding a contest for all the subscribers in the first episode, and the lucky winner will get a free pixel art from me. What that means is the winner won't have to watch my tutorial for one of my pixel arts. I'll join their world and make it for them. I'll explain everything in detail in the first episode, so be sure to subscribe to my brother's channel so you don't miss out. So we've still got a lot of black wool to place before we get into the color blocks. So let's switch to the black wool. And what I want you to do is find this area down here, down at the bottom corner on the left side of the pixel art. It's these three spaces here. I want you to find these three spaces. And what we're going to do is fill in these two spaces down here. This space and this space with black wool. And we're going to leave this space here empty. So just go ahead and fill in these two spaces with black wool. And it should look exactly like this. Now that you have that, what I want you to do next is switch to the stone block. Now with the stone block, what I want you to do is fill in this area. This is just a single space that goes all the way up to this one block here. So fill in this space here with stone. And it should look exactly like this when you're done filling it in. Now I want you to switch to the gray wool. Now with the gray wool, you're going to fill in this entire space here, this large space with gray wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to fly down here to this area, and I want you to switch to the nether brick and the red wool. Now with the nether brick, I want you to find these two sets of 3 blocks going down, and what we're going to do is focus on the one that's lower. We're going to focus on this one here. Now starting on top of this block here, we'll place 1 block there, and then 2 blocks going down on the right side. And now we'll place 4 blocks going diagonal down to the right. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks. And then we'll fill in these spaces here with nether brick. So it looks exactly like that. Now we're going to switch to the red wool. Now with the red wool, we're going to fill in this small space here. And we're also going to fill in this space here, staying within the outline. So go ahead and fill in this space with red wool. And we're going to fill in this one small space here. So it should look exactly like this. Now we're going to move to this area here, and we're also going to fill this in with red wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now let's switch to the gray wool. Now with the gray wool, we're going to fill in this single area here. This is one large space that goes all the way up to this black wool. So go ahead and fill in this area with gray wool. And it should look exactly like this when you're done filling it in. So now let's move to this area here, to where we have 4 sets of 2s going up. Now, we're going to start on top of this 2 blocks going up. So, starting on top of this block, we'll place 2 gray wools going up. 1, 2, and then we'll add 2 sets of 2s going up to the left. So, that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. And then we'll place 2 linked sets of 2s going up. So, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. So, it should look exactly like this. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to. So, now switch to the black wool. And you're going to fill in this one small space with black wool, and then you'll fill in this area here with black wool. So it should look exactly like this when you filled it in. So now I want you to switch to the oak wood planks. Now with the oak wood planks, you're going to move to this area here. Find the 2 blocks going across and then the 1 block going diagonal down to the right, which is next to the red. Okay? Now, starting on top of this block here, we'll place 6 blocks going across to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we'll place 3 blocks going across on the upper level. So, that's 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now we'll place 4 sets of 2s going across on the upper level. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. Now go ahead and delete the placement blocks. And now we'll place 4 blocks going across on the upper level. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So it should look exactly like this. Now go ahead and delete the placement block. And now let's move back to this 1 block that went diagonal, and we'll place another block going diagonal down to the right. So it looks exactly like this. Now we'll place 2 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2. And now we'll place 5 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like that. Now, let's move to the center block, which you should still have, because I didn't tell you to delete it at all yet. So move to the center block, and what you're going to do is put a placement block next to it on the left side, switch back to the oakwood planks, and place 3 blocks going up next to this. So this is 1, 2, 3. Should look like that. Go ahead and delete that placement block. And now starting on the left side of this block here, we'll place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now go ahead and delete the placement block, and you can also delete the center block now as well. Now you'll fill in this area here with oakwood planks. Okay, now let's move up, and what we're going to do next is fill in this area here with oakwood planks. And then we'll fill in this large area here between the black wool and the oakwood planks. We'll fill it in with oakwood planks. And same thing goes for this small area here. Fill it in with oakwood planks. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to switch to the sand block. Now with the sand block, you're going to fill in this entire area. This is just one large area, even going through this small space here. This large area with sand. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to switch to the red wool. Now with the red wool, you're going to fill in this large space that goes all the way up. Just staying within the black wool, you're going to fill in this single space with red wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now we're going to work with the black wool again, and what I want you to do is go all the way to the far right side, back to where we started with 51 blocks going up. So we're going to start on top of that, and we're going to follow this path right here of the 2 sets of 2s. Now what I want you to do is find the top set of 2s. It's this one, not this one, the one that's on top. So this is the block right here where we're going to start. So what I want you to do from this block here, I want you to place 3 sets of 3s going down on the left side of it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. So let's go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. And now I want you to place 2 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 2 sets of 3. 2 sets of 3s going down on the left. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. Delete those. And now I want you to place 2 sets of 2s going down on the left. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Go ahead and delete those. And now you're going to place 3 blocks going down on the left. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now you'll place 5 sets of 2s. 5 sets of 2s going down on the left. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. Fly back down. And now you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. And now place 2 sets of 2s going down to the left. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Delete those placement blocks. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal. That's 1. And now you'll place 2 blocks going down on the left. 1, 2. Delete that. And now place 6 blocks going diagonal down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And delete these placement blocks now. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level. 1, 2. And now 3 blocks going across on the lower level. 1, 2, 3. And delete that placement block. And to make sure you're doing everything correctly, there should be a 2-space gap between the ground and the 3 blocks going across, like this. Okay? So go ahead and delete those now. And now we're going to place our blocks going up to the left. So on the upper level, you'll place 2 sets of 2s going across to the left side. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Go ahead and delete those. And now you'll place 5 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now delete the placement blocks. And now you'll place 2 blocks going up on the left. 1, 2. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1. And now you'll place 4 sets of 2s going up to the left. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. Now delete the placement blocks. And now you'll place 3 blocks going up on the left side. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now you'll place 5 blocks going up on the left side, and it should connect with the black wall here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should look exactly like this. And now what you're going to do is fill in this single space with black wool, and then you're going to fill in the space that's above it, this large space, with gray wool. So the bottom space gets filled in with black wool, and the top space here gets filled in with gray wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now let's go and work on Itachi's ear. And for this, you're going to have to switch to the oak wood planks. Now with the oak wood planks, I want you to find these 2 black wools that are going diagonal. And I want you to place 1 oak wood plank right there. So it looks like that. Next, you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. And then you're going to place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So it looks like that. And now you're going to place 6 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fly up and delete that. And now you're going to fill in this space here with oak wood planks. And you're also going to fill in this space with oak wood planks. And you're also going to fill in this space here with oak wood planks. Now you're going to switch to the sand and fill in these 3 spaces here with sand. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. So now we're going to work with the black wool again. So with the black wool, I want you to go to Itachi's face and find these 3 blocks going diagonal, and then go above that, which is 4 blocks. Don't get it confused with the 3 sets that are next to it. We're going to go up here to where it's 4 blocks going up. Alright, now starting from the bottom block of the 4 blocks going up, right here, we'll place 1 black wool on the left side of it. And now we're going to be placing 5 sets of 2s going across to the left side on the lower level. 5 sets of 2s. So 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5. So go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. Alright. Now that we have that in place, we're going to be placing 1 block going diagonal down to the left. And now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now we'll place 1 block going diagonal. That's 1. And now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 7 blocks going diagonal down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now delete these placement blocks. Alright, so let's go back to this block. And now we're going to be placing 7 blocks going down on the left side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it should look exactly like this. Alright, Now, from this block here, we're going to be placing 5 blocks going down. It's going to be a linked 5 blocks, not a regular 5 blocks. A linked 5 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It should look exactly like this. Now you're going to place a linked 3 blocks going down. So that's 1, that's 1, 2, 3. So it should look exactly like this. Now we're going to be placing 2 sets of 3. So these are just regular 2 sets. So 2 sets of 3s. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So it should look exactly like this. Okay? So now let's fly back up to where we had the linked 3 blocks, which is right here. This is the linked 3 blocks. And we're going to start from the center of it on the right side. So that's the center block right there. So starting from there, we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1, 2. Delete that. And it should look exactly like this. Alright, now from this block, we'll place 2 blocks going across to the right on the upper level. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. That's 1. And now 2 blocks going across on the upper level. 1, 2. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And delete that placement block. And now you'll place 4 blocks going up on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now delete that. And what I want you to do is, starting from the bottom block that we just placed going up 4, you'll count 2 up. So this is 1, 2. Now from this block, you'll place 1 block on each side, both the left and the right. So it looks exactly like this. Alright, now from this block here on the right side, you'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. Delete that. Now from this block, you'll place 5 blocks going across to the right side. Not on top of it, but just a regular 5 blocks going across to the left. So it looks like this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should look exactly like this. Alright, now we'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level. 1, 2. And now 4 blocks going diagonal down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should make contact with this black wall. So go ahead and delete these placement blocks now. And now what I want you to do is, this is the 5 blocks. So find this. This is what we just connected to. These are the linked 5 blocks going down. So starting from this block here, we'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. Delete that. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across to the right side on the upper level. 1, 2. Delete that. So it should look exactly like this so far. And now from the 2 blocks going across, we'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And now 2 blocks going across. So that's 1, 2. And delete that. And now you'll place 5 blocks going across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And delete the placement block. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. And now delete that placement block. And now from this block here, we'll place 7 blocks going across to the left side on the upper level. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and delete the placement block. And now you're going to be placing a linked 2 sets of 3 blocks going across on the lower level. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. And now you'll place a linked 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. So it should look exactly like that. Okay, so now let's move to this area here, a little down below from where we had the 2 blocks going across, the linked 2 blocks going across, which is the 4 blocks going diagonal. What I want you to do is find this block here, the one that's almost to the top, the second top one of the 4 blocks diagonal. From this block, you'll place 2 blocks going down on the right side. So that's 1, 2. So it should look exactly like this. And now from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. And now from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. Delete that. And now you'll switch to the placement block and put one placement block next to this black wool here. And then switch back to the black wool, and then put one black wool next to that placement block. And go ahead and delete that now. So it should look exactly like this. And now I want you to switch back to the placement block, and I want you to find the 2 blocks going across, the one that's in between the 5 blocks going across and the 7 blocks going across. Now, starting underneath this block here, you'll place one placement block, so it looks like that. Now switch to the black wool, and you'll place one black wool underneath it, and then delete the placement block. Now, from this one black wool, you'll place 3 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now you'll place 3 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3. And delete that placement block. Now you'll place 4 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete that. And now you'll place 11 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now fly up and delete that. Now I want you to fly up to the first 3 blocks going down that we placed. Switch to your placement block, and you'll place 1 block next to this block here on the right side. So it looks like that. Switch to the black wool, and put 1 black wool next to it on the right side. Now delete that placement block. Now on top of this black wool, you'll place another one like that. Okay, so it looks exactly like that. Now underneath this black wool, you'll place 5 blocks going down underneath it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like that. It should be aligned up where this 3 blocks goes down, where it ends. You see that? Okay, so now we'll place 4 blocks going down on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete that. And now we'll place 2 blocks going down on the left. 1, 2. Delete that. Now you'll place 2 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 3 blocks going diagonal down to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now delete those. And now from this block here, the middle block of the 3 blocks going diagonal, starting from here, you'll place 2 blocks going across on the upper level. 1, 2. Delete that. It should look exactly like this. Now place 1 block from here, diagonal, down to the right. So it looks exactly like this. Alright? Now I want you to switch to the oakwood planks. Now with the oakwood planks, I want you to start on top of this 2 blocks going down. It's the 2 blocks that went down on the right side. So starting on top of this, we'll place 1 oakwood plank there. And now I want you to place 5 oakwood planks going across on the upper level to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delete that. And now you'll place 4 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete that. And now you'll place 4 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete that. And now 6 blocks going across on the lower level to the left side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it should make contact with this black wool. Now go ahead and delete that placement block. Switch back to the black wool. Now with the black wool, you'll place 4 blocks going across underneath these 4 blocks going across that are oakwood planks. So do this, and it should look exactly like that. Now switch back to the oakwood planks, and you're going to fill in this large space and this small space with oakwood planks. So go ahead and fill that in now. Make sure not to fill in that one small space in the corner. That's up to the left. I'll show you in a second. Don't fill in this spot. Leave that empty. So we'll just do that. And it should look exactly like this. Alright, now I want you to switch back to the placement block. Now with the placement block in hand, I want you to find this block here. Alright, find this block and you'll place 6 placement blocks going down underneath it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should look exactly like this. Now, underneath this placement block, you'll place 3 blocks going across to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now you can go ahead and delete the placement blocks. Okay? And now from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2. Delete that. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across, but it's going to be a linked 2 blocks going across to the right. A linked 2 blocks going across. So that's 1, and, oops, that's 2. So it should look exactly like this, an L shape. Now you'll place 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right side. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. Go ahead and delete those, and it should look exactly like this so far. So now, from these 2 blocks going across, you'll place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right side. 1, 2, 3. And delete that. Now you'll place 4 blocks going across on the upper level. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. And now let's go back to these 3 blocks going across that went to the left. Now from this block, you'll place 2 sets of 2s going across on the upper level to the right side. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. Go ahead and delete those placement blocks now. And now you'll place 9 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and delete the placement block. And now you're going to switch to the light gray wool and the snow block. Now with the light gray wool, you'll place 1 block next to this black wool here. So it looks like that. Now with the snow, you'll fill in all of these remaining small spaces with snow. So go ahead and fill that in. And this is Itachi's mouth. And now that we have that, let's go ahead and switch back to the placement block. And let's find these 2 blocks going across. That's in between the 2 blocks going across and the 3 blocks going across. So find these 2 blocks going across. Now underneath this block, you'll put 4 placement blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now switch back to the black wool. And you'll put 1 black wool underneath that. And delete the placement blocks now. Now from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2. Now 3 blocks going across. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. Now switch back to the oak wood planks, and you'll put 2 blocks going across underneath these 2 blocks. 1, 2. And then 3 blocks going across underneath these 3. And now 1 block underneath this block. So it looks exactly like this. So now I want you to fly up until you find the 8 blocks going down of Itachi's long strand of hair. And it's next to this spruce wood block here. So this is the 8 blocks going down. And on top of it, I want you to place 2 oak wood blocks going up. So that's 1, and that's 2. Now I want you to place 4 oak wood blocks going down on the right side of it. You don't have to count, you just have to go to the spruce wood. And then 3 blocks going down from that. And now I want you to place 10 blocks going down on the right, next to these 9 blocks going down. So it looks like this. Okay? It's nothing too complicated. You should be able to follow it just by watching it. Alright, so now I want you to switch to the black wool. Now with the black wool, starting on top of this oak wood block, we'll place 4 blocks going across to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we'll place a linked 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right side. A linked. 1, 2, 3. And now 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now you'll place a linked 2 sets of 2s going across. So that's 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Now starting on top of this block, you'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1. So it should look exactly like this. Be sure to pause the video if you need to. Alright? Now, from the next level up, we'll place 4 blocks going across, connecting these 2 black wools. So it should look exactly like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? Go ahead, pause the video if you need to. Okay, so now that we're on this level, we're going to move one level down to here, alright, where we have the one block going diagonal. Now, from this same level, we'll place 2 blocks going across on the left side of this block. 1, 2. So it looks like that. And now we'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2. Delete that. Now, we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1 and 2, and should make contact with this black wall. Go ahead and delete those placement blocks. Now, underneath this block of the 2 blocks going across, we'll place 4 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it should make contact with this black wall. Alright, so this is 3 blocks going across. Now, we're going to put a placement block on the center block of it. Switch to the black wall, and then put 1 black wall there. Go ahead and delete the placement block, so it looks like this. Now, we're going to move over to this black wall, and we'll put a placement block there, and then we'll switch back to the black wall, and we'll put a black wall there, and delete that placement block. So it should look exactly like this. So the next thing I want you to do is go over here to where we had the 4 blocks going across. Now, on top of this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across to the left. 1, 2. And now we'll place 2 blocks going across to the left on the upper level. 1, 2. And delete that placement block. Now from this block, you'll place 1 block going up diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. And it should look like that. So now let's go back to these 2 blocks going across, and we'll move 1 level down to this level right here, to this block. So I want you to find this block here, and on the left side of it, we'll place 3 blocks going across to the left. 1, 2, 3. So it should look exactly like this. Okay? Now, from this block, we'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. 1, 2. And now we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. 1, 2. And delete those placement blocks, and it should look exactly like this. Okay, so now from the 2 blocks that went diagonal, it made contact with the 14 blocks going down. So this is the 14 blocks going down. So let's move up to this block, the top block of it, and we'll place 2 blocks going across next to this block here. So this is 1, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Alright, and now we'll place a linked 2 blocks going across on the upper level. A linked. So that's 1, 2. Alright, and now let's go and put a placement block right there next to these 2 blocks going across, except there's 1 gap space there. So it should look like that. So now switch to the black wall, and on top of this block, we'll place 7 blocks going across, and it should make contact with this black wall. So 7 blocks going across. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now go ahead and delete that placement block. Okay, so now with the black wall, I want you to find this area here, which is above the 7 blocks going across. So find this area here and put 1 block going diagonal from it down to the left to make it look like that. Alright, now, still remaining in the same area here, I want you to go to this 1 block that we just placed and then go straight up until you find this 1 block that's above it, and put 1 block next to it on the left side. So it looks like that. And now you'll place 3 blocks going across on the lower level and on the top level of this block. So it'll look like this. On the lower level, 1, 2, 3. Delete that. Now on the upper level, it'll be 1, 2, 3. Delete that. So it should look exactly like this. On the upper level and the lower level, 3 blocks going across from this 1 block that we placed. So now with the black wool still in hand, let's go back to this area here, which doesn't really look the same anymore, where we had the 1 block going diagonal that's on top of the 7 blocks going across. So find this area here. I want you to find this 1 block. Now from this block, you'll place 3 blocks going across to the right. That's 1, 2, 3. So it looks like that. Alright, and then we'll skip 1 level above this and go to the next one, which is here, and then place 3 blocks going across. 1, 2, 3. So it looks exactly like this. Alright? And we'll do the same thing here too. We'll skip one level that's above it, go to the next one, and place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. So it looks like that. So now, from the right block of the 2 blocks going across, we'll go directly up, and we'll find this block here. Now, from this block, I want you to put 1 block next to it on the left side. So it looks like that. And then you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So it looks exactly like this. Alright, so now I'm going to fly back a bit so you can see where we're going next. And I want you to find these 4 blocks going down or up. Doesn't really matter which way they went. And these 3 blocks going diagonal. Now, remember this 1 block that we placed next to these 4 blocks? What I want you to do is put a placement block on top of it now. And now we're going to be placing 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Now go ahead and delete that. And now we'll add 4 sets of 2s going across on the lower level. We're not going to count this part of a set. This is by itself. But we're going to add 4 sets of 2s going across on the lower level. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. Go ahead and delete that. So in total, it should add up to 5 sets of 2s, but we just added 4 more to the 2 blocks that we just placed that went on top of the placement block. So now let's go back to these 2 blocks going across, and we'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. So all of this is going to go down to the left, whether it's diagonal or across. Alright, so now that we placed that 1 block diagonal, we'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now we'll place 1 block going diagonal. And delete that block. And now we'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. And now we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal. 1, 2. And delete those placement blocks. And now we'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now we'll place 5 blocks going diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It should make contact with that black wall. So let's go ahead and delete these placement blocks. Alright. And now what I want you to do is place 1 placement block above this block here, the last block that we just placed. Switch back to the black wall and put 1 block on top of that. Now delete that placement block. Now from this 1 block that we just placed, we'll add 4 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So in total, it should be 5 blocks going diagonal. So let's go ahead and get rid of all these placement blocks. So now all the blocks that we're going to be placing are going to go up to the right. So from this block here, we'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 2 blocks going diagonal. 1, 2. Delete those. And now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 1 block going diagonal. That's 1. Delete that. And now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 1 block going diagonal. And delete that placement block. And now you're going to place a total of 4 sets of 2s. 4 sets of 2s going across on the upper level. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. And then you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So it should make contact with these 2 blocks going down. Alright, so now let's go ahead and delete the placement blocks. Okay, I'll fly back, and it should look exactly like this. Now what I want you to do is switch to the blue wool. Now with the blue wool, you're going to follow this path right here and fill in these empty spaces. Don't fill in these. There's 2 layers to this. Alright, there's a bottom layer, and then there's a top layer of empty spaces. You're going to fill in this bottom layer of empty spaces with blue wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to switch to the oak wood planks and go to this area that's not far from it, just a little bit to the right, to these two spaces that are empty right here. These two block spaces that are empty. Fill that in with oak wood planks, so it looks like that. Now switch back to the blue wool, and you'll fill in this area here with blue wool. Alright? Now switch to the black wool, and you'll fill in this space here with black wool. Alright, now switch to the blue wool, and you'll move over here and fill in this space with blue wool. And it should look exactly like this. So now you're going to switch to the stone block. Now with the stone block, you're going to do the exact same thing we did with the blue wool. You're going to follow this path here all the way to that black wool there, and you're going to fill it in. So just fill in this path of empty spaces with stone. So it should look exactly like this when you're done filling it in. Now we're going to do the exact same thing we did with the blue wool. We're going to go ahead and cross over because this is a strand of his hair. So just look carefully to where I go. We're going to follow this path until we find this area above the blue wool. And we'll fill this in with stone. And we'll fill in this one space with stone as well. And this is also his hair, so we're going to go ahead and pass that. And we'll fill in this area here with stone. Fill that in. So it should look exactly like this. So now let's move up here. And this is also a path of empty spaces. What we're going to do is fill this empty path of empty spaces with blue wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now pay close attention to where I'm flying. I want you to find the 3 black wools going across that are next to the blue wools that we just placed. So pay close attention to where I'm looking at. These are the 3 black wools going across. Then we'll move one down. This is the 2 blocks going across. This is where we're going to focus our attention on this one block here. Now underneath it, we'll place 7 blocks going diagonal down to the left. Alright, 7 blocks diagonal from this block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. Now you'll place 2 sets of 2s going down on the left side. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks. Now switch to the black wool. Now with the black wool, you'll place 4 blocks going down underneath it, not on the side, but underneath this block. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should look exactly like this. And now what you're going to do is switch to your gray wool and put 1 gray wool block underneath that. So it looks like this. Alright, now from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So it looks like that. Now from this block, you'll place 7 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It should make contact with these 2 black wools. So let's go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. So now let's move back to this gray wool, the starting point, and we'll switch to the black wool. Now with the black wool, we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right, starting underneath this gray wool. So that's 1 and 2, and it should look exactly like this. And now from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the right. 1, 2. Delete that. And then you'll place 1 block underneath this block here. So it looks exactly like that. Alright, so now let's go back to this block, and we'll place 3 blocks going diagonal up to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now delete these placement blocks. Now you'll place 4 blocks going up on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And delete that. Now you're going to switch back to the gray wool. Now with the gray wool, you'll place 2 blocks going across, starting on top of this black wool. And it's going to go across to the left. 1, 2. Now you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. That's 1. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. 1, 2, delete that. And now you'll place a linked 2 blocks going across. That's 1 and 2. So it should look exactly like this. So now switch to the black wool. Now, with the black wool, starting underneath this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across to the right. So that's 1, 2. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. So it should look exactly like this. So let's switch back to the gray wool and go back to these 2 blocks going across. And from it, you'll place 4 sets of 2s going across to the right on the upper level. 4 sets of 2s. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 4. It should connect to that black wool there. So let's go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. So now let's switch to the stone block. Now with the stone block, I want you to go to these 2 black wools going diagonal, and underneath this block, you'll place 1 stone block. Now you'll move over to the right, and underneath this block, you'll place 2 blocks going down. 1, 2. Now you'll switch back to the gray wool and put 1 gray wool block underneath that. So it looks like this. Now you'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level to the left. 1, 2. Delete that. Now, on top of this block, you'll add 4 blocks going up. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it should look exactly like this. Now switch back to the stone. Now with the stone, from this 1 block, you'll put 2 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2. And delete that placement block. So it should look like this. So now let's go to the blocks that went diagonal. Let's go from this block here. We'll count 3 up. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Now on top of this block, you'll put 1 stone block on top of that. And underneath it, you'll put 3 blocks going down. 1, 2, 3. So it looks like that. Now you'll place 3 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So it looks like that. Now let's move back up to where we had the 1 block, and we'll add 10 blocks going up to the left side. And it should touch this black wool. Alright, and go ahead and delete the placement block, and it should look exactly like this so far. So now let's switch to the black wool. Now with the black wool, let's find the 4 blocks that went down. And from this block, we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1 and 2. And now we'll place 3 blocks going across on the upper level to the right. 1, 2, 3. And delete that. And then we'll place 4 blocks going up on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And delete that. And it should look exactly like this. So now let's move to the right a bit. And let's move down until we find this area here. Now I want you to switch to the stone block. Now on top of this black wool here, you'll place 4 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like this. Now, on top of this block, you'll place 5 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's move over, and now we'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. Now we'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So it should look like that. So now let's move back to the 5 blocks going up. Now from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So it looks like that. Alright, so now let's switch to the light gray wool. Now with the light gray wool, you're going to fill in this 1 small space here. And you'll also fill in this space here, staying within the black wool and the stone block outline. So go ahead and fill this in with light gray wool. Now, switch back to the stone, and you'll fill in these 2 spaces here with stone. So it looks like this. So now let's move down a bit and over to the right, and let's find this square shape that's empty. And with the stone block, I want you to place 2 blocks going up on top of this block. 1, 2, switch to the light gray wool, and then fill in this space with light gray wool. Switch back to the stone, and you'll place one block there, filling that empty space. Switch back to the light gray wool, and you'll fill in this space here with light gray wool. Now switch back to the stone, and you'll fill in these remaining spaces here with stone. So go ahead and do that now. And it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to switch to the white wool. Now with the white wool, you're going to fill in 4 areas. You're going to fill in this small area up here with white wool. Then you're going to move down and over to the left a bit until you reach this small area here, and you'll fill this in with white wool. And then you'll fill in these 2 areas here. This is one area, and this is the second. You'll fill in these areas here with white wool. Not any of these surrounding areas, but just these 2 areas here with white wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to switch back to the stone, and you're going to fill in some of these areas. You're going to fill in this area. You're going to fill in this area with stone. And then you're going to fill in these remaining areas here with stone. Not crossing over this black wool outline, but every space in here you'll fill in with stone. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. So now let's fly down here to where there's a bunch of empty spaces next to the blue wool. Alright, so there's a bunch of random empty spaces. So what we're going to do here is switch to the blue wool. And you're going to come to this empty space, and you'll fill this in with blue wool. And then you'll fill in this space with blue wool as well. And now you'll switch to the stone and fill in this space with stone. And this space here with stone. And then you'll also fill in this space with stone as well. Alright, now you'll switch to the gray wool and fill in this space with gray wool. So it looks exactly like this. So now let's switch back to the black wool, and I want you to go to the right side of Itachi's hair, and we're going to find the 3 blocks that go up. Now, if you have trouble finding that, it should be after the 5 blocks, 7 blocks, 6 blocks, 4 blocks, 4 blocks, and 3 blocks. Right here, the 3 blocks. I want you to switch to the placement block and put 2 placement blocks going across to the left side of the center block. So that's 1, 2. So it should look like that. Now I need you to pay close attention because this part can be confusing. Alright, so you'll put 1 black wool there and delete the placement block so we get this floating block here. And now you'll place 3 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2, 3. Delete that placement block. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal. Like that. And then 2 blocks going up on the left side. Delete that. So all of these blocks are going to go up to the left until I tell you, because we're going to have to switch back and forth between the right and the left. So for now, all the blocks are going to go up to the left. So now you'll place 1 block diagonal. Okay. And now you'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. And delete that. And now you'll place 1 block diagonal. Delete that. And now you'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. Delete that. And now you'll place 2 blocks going diagonal. 1, 2. Delete that. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. And delete that. Now, the reason why I say it's going to be difficult is because if you try to pause it and rewind it, you might rewind it, or you might want to rewind it back to, say, this 2 blocks, and then accidentally rewind it back to, let's say, this 2 blocks. You might accidentally rewind it maybe a second or 2 earlier, and then you might be repeating these steps when you really don't need to. That's why I'm telling you to pay close attention and pause the video when you need to, because I'm going to be repeating some of these patterns, and if you need to rewind, you might rewind back to the wrong place, or maybe even try to fast forward through some stuff and misplace blocks. Alright, so going back to the 2 blocks going across. Now we'll place 1 block underneath this block here. Alright, and now we're going to be placing blocks that go down to the right. Alright, so we'll place 2 blocks going down. It's actually going to be 2 sets of 2s. 2 sets of 2s going down to the right. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. So let's delete those. And now we'll place one block going diagonal down to the right. And then we'll place 2 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2, and delete that. And now you'll place 2 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, and delete that placement block. And now you'll be placing blocks going up to the left. So from this block here, you'll place 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2, and delete that. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So all of them are going to go up to the left until I tell you. Alright, so now you'll place 2 blocks going up. That's 1, 2. Lie down, delete that. And now you'll place 4 blocks going diagonal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And go ahead and delete the placement blocks. And now we're going to be placing 2 blocks going across to the left side. So that's 1, 2. So it looks exactly like this. Now you'll place a block underneath this block here, and then place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So all the blocks we're going to be placing are going to go down to the right. And now you'll place 2 sets of 2s going down to the right. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. And delete these blocks. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. And now 2 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Now you'll place 1 block going down, diagonal, down to the left. So it looks exactly like this. And now you'll place 2 blocks going up to the left side. 1, 2. And delete that. So now you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. So it looks like that. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. So it looks like that. Okay? Now you place 4 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. So it should look like that. Alright, so now you'll place 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2, and delete that. Now you'll place a 1 block going underneath this block here, and then 1 block going diagonal down to the right. Delete that. And now you'll place 3 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2, 3, and delete that. And now 2 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2. And now 3 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2, 3, and delete that. Now we'll place 1 block next to the center block on the left side of the 3 blocks that went down. So it looks like this. And now 1 block going diagonal from this block here. So that's 1. And now 2 sets of 2s going up to the left. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. So delete those. And now you'll place 3 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. And delete the placement blocks. And now 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2. Delete that. Now place 1 block underneath this block. And now 4 sets of 2s going down to the right. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. And now from this block, we'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1. And now we'll place 2 sets of 2s going up to the left. 1, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 2. So it looks like that. And now 2 blocks going diagonal up to the left. That's 1, 2. And delete those. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 1 block going diagonal up to the left. And now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 1 block underneath this block here. And now 4 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and delete that. now 6 blocks going down to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and delete that. Now, starting from the bottom block of the 6 blocks, we'll count 2 up. So this is 1, 2. Now, on the left side of it, you're going to place a block right there. And now from this block, you'll place 3 blocks going up on the left. 1, 2, 3. And delete that. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 1 block going diagonal. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. Now 1 block diagonal. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going diagonal to the left. So that's 1, 2. Go ahead and delete that. And now 2 blocks going across on the upper level. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going diagonal. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. And now 1 block diagonal. So that's 1. And delete the placement blocks. And it should look exactly like this so far. So now we're going to go to the top part of Itachi's hair and find the 2 blocks going diagonal. Now, we're going to work from this block here. Now, we'll place 7 blocks going across on the lower level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it looks exactly like this. Alright? Now, from this block, we'll place 2 blocks going diagonal down to the left. 1, 2. And delete the placement blocks. And now you'll add 2 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2. And now 3 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3. Delete that. And now 4 blocks going down on the left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And delete that. So now go back up to the 3 blocks going down. And starting from this block, you'll put a placement block next to it on the left side. And then you'll switch to the black wool. And then you'll put 2 blocks going down starting next to this placement block. So that's 1, 2. Go ahead and delete that now. Now, going back to the 4 blocks going down, starting next to this block on the left side, you put a placement block there. Switch to the black wool. Now, starting on this block, on this side of the block, you'll place 5 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. Alright, now that we have that. Now, starting from this block here, you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1. Now you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. And that's 1. So it should look like that. Now switch to the placement block, and underneath this block, you'll place 2 blocks going down. 1, 2. Now switch to the black wool. Now starting underneath this placement block, you'll place 4 blocks going diagonal up to the left, starting underneath this block. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So it should look exactly like this. After you delete the placement blocks, it should look exactly like this. Now I want you to move a little bit to the right until we find this area here. It's not too far from the 4 blocks diagonal. I just want you to find this part where it goes 4 blocks going up. I want you to switch to the placement block, and starting next to this block on the left side, you'll put 1 there. Now switch to the black wool. Now on top of this placement block, you'll place 3 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 block going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1. Delete that. And before you delete this, what I want you to do is place 3 blocks going down, starting next to this block here. So that's 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and delete that placement block, and it should look exactly like this. So now I want you to go back to these 5 blocks going diagonal, and starting from this block here, this 1 block, I want you to switch to your placement block, and on the left side, you'll add 5 blocks going across to the left. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should look exactly like this. Now, starting next to this block here, you'll place 3 blocks going diagonal down to the left. So that's 1, 2, 3. Now you can go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. Alright. Now you'll add 2 sets of 2s going down to the left. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Go ahead and delete those placement blocks. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the left. And now 3 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, 3. And now 6 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fly up and delete that. And now you'll add 7 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fly up, delete that. And now you'll add 16 blocks going down to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 blocks going down. Alright, so now let's move to the right until we find this area here, where the gray wool is going across. I want you to find these 2 blocks going up that connect with the gray wool. Now, what I want you to do is switch to your placement block, and you're going to move 1 down to these 3 blocks that are going down. Now, starting on the center of the block, of the 3 blocks going down right there, what you're going to do is place 1 placement block like that. Now, starting on the right side of this block, you'll place 4 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fly down and delete that. And now you'll place 2 sets of 3s going up. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. Go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. And now you're going to place 2 sets of 2s going up to the left. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. Delete those. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the left. That's 1. And now 2 blocks going up to the left. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 4 blocks going diagonal up to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now delete the placement blocks. And now 2 blocks going across on the upper level to the left. 1, 2. Now you'll add 1 block going diagonal up to the left. And delete that. So it should look exactly like this. Now let's move up back to the 7 blocks going across and switch to the placement block. And underneath this block here, you'll place 2 blocks going down. 1, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Alright? Now switch to the black wool. Now starting underneath this block, you'll place 2 sets of 2s going across on the lower level to the right side. So that's 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 2. So go ahead and delete the placement blocks now. And now you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1. And now you'll place 2 blocks going across on the lower level. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. 1, 2. Delete those. And now 2 blocks going down. 1, 2. Delete that. And now 2 blocks going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1, 2. Delete that. And now 2 sets of 2s going down to the right. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. Delete those. And now place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So that's 1. So it should look exactly like this. So now I want you to switch to the gray wool for just a second and fly all the way down here. Alright? Find this 1 small space here, and what you're going to do is fill it in with gray wool. Like that. And now switch back to the black wool, and you're going to fill in this single space here, it's a large space, with black wool. Make sure to stay within the black wool outline. So go ahead and fill this in right now with black wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. So now let's go and fly all the way back up to his headband. And we're going to fill in this area and this area with black wool. So go ahead and fill in these 2 areas with black wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now we're going to switch to the gray wool and fill his remaining hair parts that are empty with gray wool. And be sure to leave this small space by itself, because this is nothing. Nothing goes there. And just be sure to stay within the black wool outline. So go ahead and fill his hair now with gray wool. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now we're going to switch to the red wool, the nether brick, the light gray wool, the snow, and the glowstone. Alright, so now with the light gray wool, I want you to come to this area here, where there's 4 blocks going diagonal, and we're going to work on his left eye right now. Alright, so find the 4 blocks going diagonal, and next to these 2 blocks going down, you'll place 2 light gray wools going down. 1, 2. Then you'll move over to the left and place 3 blocks going down. 1, 2, 3. And then you'll fill in that 1 space with gray wool. Now you're going to switch to your snow and fill in this space here with snow. Like this. Now we're going to move to this area here where we see the 2 black wools going down in this empty space. And you're going to fill this in with light gray wool. So it looks exactly like this. Now you're going to switch to your glowstone, and now with your glowstone, we're going to go back to these 2 blocks going down. Now on top of this, we'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. So it looks like that. Now switch to your nether brick, and with your nether brick next to this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Then move up a level, and next to this block, you'll place 3 blocks going across. 1, 2, 3. And now you're going to switch to your red wool. And with the red wool, you're going to fill in this small space with red wool. And you're going to fill in the remaining space here with red wool. So it should look exactly like this. Now the purpose for the glowstone is to make his eyes look more sinister at night. So now let's go and work on the second eye. So we're going to start with the light gray wool. And we're going to find this space here. Find this space here where it's the 4 blocks going it down. And next to this block, or actually underneath it, you'll place 2 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2. And then you'll move over to the left, and then 3 blocks going down. 1, 2, 3. Now switch to your snow, and fill this in with snow. Now switch back to the light gray wool. We're going to move over here, and until we find this upside down backwards L. And starting next to this block, we'll place 2 blocks going across with light gray wool. Now switch to snow, and fill in this spot here with snow. So it looks like that. Now we're going to switch to the glowstone, and we're going to find this block, and we'll place 2 blocks going across from it. That's 1, 2. Now switch to the nether brick, and on top of it, we'll place 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. And then we'll move up here, and we'll place 1 block next to this black wool. So it looks like that. Now you're going to switch to the red wool and fill in the remaining space with red wool. So it should look exactly like this. So we're almost done with the pixel art. All that remains is the face. So what you're going to switch to now is the oak wood, the white wool, and the sand. Now with the white wool, I want you to come over here to his nose and find these 4 blocks going down. Alright, now starting from the base of that, starting from this block, you'll count 2 blocks up. So this is 1 and 2. We're going to start right there. We'll place 3 blocks going up on the right side of it. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then you'll place 2 blocks going up on the right. 1, 2. So it looks like that. Now we're going to fly back down here. And what I want you to locate is this area here, where the gray wools are going down. I want you to locate this spot where we had 9 blocks going down. So find that. And now starting on top of it, we'll place 7 blocks going diagonal up to the left. So starting on top of these 9 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. And then 2 blocks going diagonal. Then 2 blocks going up. Then 1 block diagonal. Then 2 sets of 2s going up. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Now we're going to switch to the oakwood planks. Now with the oakwood planks, I want you to find these 4 sets of 2s going up. And we're going to start on the first set down here. And it's going to be on the right block. So it's going to be on this block here. And we'll place 1 block there. And then we'll place 3 sets of 2s going across on the upper level. So that's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then you'll place 6 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now go ahead and delete the placement blocks. So that's 6 blocks diagonal. Now I want you to move from this spot. You're going to move a little up and then over to the right until we find this area here. And then from underneath this block, we'll place 2 blocks going down. So that's 1, 2. And then we're going to move over to the right and go all the way up to this black wall. And we'll place 9 blocks going down. So go ahead and place 9 blocks going down. And it should reach to that spot there. Now, from these 2 blocks going down, you'll place 1 block going diagonal down to the right. So it looks like that. Now, from this block, you'll place 1 block going diagonal up to the right. Like that. And now you'll place 2 sets of 2s going up to the right. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Now go ahead and delete that. Now you're going to move up here and place 1 oakwood block next to this black wall. So it looks like that. And then fill in this space up here with oakwood planks. And now what I want you to do is fill in these 3 spaces here and fill in this space, fill in that 1 space, and then fill in this space with oakwood planks. So you're just going to fill in these small spaces here with oakwood planks. Don't fill in this space. So when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. Now you're going to switch to your sand. And with your sand, you're going to fill in this space here with sand. And when you're done filling it in, it should look exactly like this. So now we're going to work on his face. And we're going to switch to the black wool for just a bit. And I want you to go to his right eye and find this line of black wool. And you're going to follow it until we get to this side of the black wool. And we'll place 1 black wool there. It's the small details that actually make the pixel art. So I kind of forgot that 1 block. So now we're going to put that away. And we'll switch to the oakwood planks. Now with the oakwood planks, I want you to come to this part of his eye, the left side, and fill in this 1 spot with oakwood plank. Now underneath this block, you'll place 3 blocks going down, and then you'll move over, and then you'll place 3 blocks going down again, like that, and then place 1 oakwood plank next to this block here on the right side. So it looks exactly like this. Now we're going to move over a bit and to the left until we find this area here. And on top of this black wool, you place 2 blocks going up, and then you'll move up and over to the left and place 4 blocks going up next to that black wool. And then fill in this 1 spot with oakwood. And then you'll place 1 block going diagonal from that. So it looks exactly like this. And now we're going to move over to the right a bit until we find this area. And we'll place 3 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll place 1 block right next to this block. So it looks like that. And then 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. And then 1 block going diagonal. And then we're going to move 2 blocks over. So this is 1, and then 2. And then we'll move up and place 1 oakwood plank there. So it looks exactly like this. Now let's go and find the edge of the headband, which is right here. And we'll place 2 blocks going up from this spot. 1, 2. So it should look exactly like this. Alright. Next, we'll place 6 blocks going diagonal up to the right, obviously. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now 2 blocks going across. 1, 2. Now 1 block going diagonal. Essentially, you're just going to follow the pattern. If it's 2 blocks going across, you put 2 blocks. If it's 1 block diagonal, you put 1 block. So it's 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. It shouldn't be anything confusing for you to follow. All you did was just repeat the blocks that were on top. Okay, so now let's go to these 3 blocks going diagonal and starting underneath this block, you'll place 2 blocks going across to the right. 1, 2, and then we'll add 2 more blocks going across underneath it. 1, 2. So it looks like that. And then from this block, you'll place 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1 and 2. Now delete the placement blocks, and now fill in these 3 empty spaces with oak wood planks. Like that. Now we're going to move directly down until we get to this spot here, where it's 2 blocks going down, 1 block diagonal, and then 3 blocks going down. That's next to his hair strand. Alright, now starting on top of this 1 block, you'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2, and next to this 1 block, you'll place 1 block there on the right side. So it looks exactly like that. So now let's move above his eye, which is right here. Find this area, and place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. And now 2 blocks going diagonal up to the right. So that's 1 and 2. Now we're going to move up a bit until we find this area and place 4 blocks going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like that. And this should already be here because I told you to fill that in ages ago. So now from this block, we'll place 1 block on the right side of it. So it looks like that. And then we'll place 1 block diagonal up to the right. And then 3 blocks going across. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now let's move over to the right. And on top of this block, you'll place 2 blocks going up. 1, 2. Now next to this black wall, you'll place 4 blocks going across. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll move to these 2 blocks that made contact with these 4 blocks going across. And underneath this block, you'll place 3 blocks going down. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll move back over here to the left to where we had the 2 blocks going up, and we'll place 1 block on top of this black wall. So it looks exactly like this. Now we'll move down next to his right eye on the right side. Underneath this black wall, we'll place 2 blocks going down. 1, 2. Now 2 sets of 4s going down to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. And now we'll place 5 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now 3 blocks going down on the right side. 1, 2, 3. So now we're going to switch to the sand and fill in all the remaining empty spaces with sand. And there you have it, a tutorial on how to make my Itachi Uchiha pixel art. And thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned in for more Minecraft videos.